Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome to RC Cincy. Today I wanted to do a normal flight with no wind, kind of show you some of the features, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So really quickly, this is a non-altitude hold drone, meaning you have to control the throttle. Very, very basic. I absolutely love that it's marked. So this is going to be your rates. Speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. This will give you more power and speed. Yaw speed as well, which is turning to the left and right. The right button is going to give you a stunt directional button. The cool part is you can hit the stunt button and then hit, right, left, up, or down. So you can do front flip, back flip, right roll, right, left roll. And then the other ones are pretty simple. It's just going to be your land button, which will land on its own. The cool part is this will actually land once the battery gets to a certain point. It'll start flashing first, of course, giving you a notification. And then, of course, you want to land because you don't want it to auto land over somewhere where you don't want it to be. And then as far as these other two buttons go, these two right here are going to be your trim buttons. These two are trim right to left. And then these are going to be, trim right to left, turn. This is going to be trim forward, trim back, trim right, trim left. So very simple. So if it's turning a little bit kind of like this really slowly to your right or left, that's how you're going to do it. Trim forward or back if it's drifting forward or backwards, and then if it's drifting kind of to the right or left. So that's very, very easy. The rest of these buttons are dummies. So that's pretty much it. And then obviously the top one, I apologize, right here is auto orientation, which is also known as headless mode. Say you're facing this way, you turn that on. Always do it as facing away from you. You turn that on, you could literally be spinning the aircraft. You push away, the aircraft goes away from you as it's spinning or whichever way it's facing. So it could be facing this way, it'll still go away from you. It's called auto orientation or headless mode. That's a really quick recap of the controls. Obviously, off and on button. You got a switch underneath, simple power plug, USB. It charges about 500 milliamps an hour or so. So it'll take you about 45, 50 minutes, depending how much you deplete the battery. I don't recommend flying this in a wind because of the surface area. It'll quickly blow to the side, left or right. And number two is you'll burn up these little brushed motors. They will not last long at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a nice wide angle with the hat cam. And we're just going to fly it, rip it around. We'll start at rate 1. We won't do too much of the lower rates. I kind of want to do the higher rates so I can flip it and roll it around and just have some fun with it. It's awesome, really quickly. It's awesome to learn on the full control throttle than the auto. The auto one is the one that has a spring and is in the center. So that kind of holds the position for you. If you do, full proportional, you'll basically learn throttle much better and you'll be able to fly a lot more of these drones. So this is definitely the way to learn. So we'll go ahead and go outside and take off and fly and have some fun. Well, scratch that. It's windy outside. I should have looked first, but of course it's windy. So really it's not going to do it any justice just blowing it out. It's not going to show its full speed and potential. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how to set this up really quickly, how to fly it, how to learn the basic controls and learn to fly this aircraft. And then as you can become a better pilot. I've flown drones now for a few years, and I like to think I got a pretty good grasp on it. So I'm going to throw on my hat cam anyways. It should have a nice wide angle for you, so we should be able to see everything. So let me slide this on. And then what we're going to do is show you how to set this up. So most of these drones, you always want to face away from you to get your orientation. You're going to want to turn the drone on first. You're going to see flashing lights, which is searching for a receiver to connect to. Then you want to turn the throttle. Then you want to turn the power on. It's flashing as well. You're going to go up, down. Light's going to go solid. Light's going to go solid. Very, very important. Now you have full control of the drone. Now, some of them have takeoff buttons. This one does not, because you have full control. It's not like a what's called an auto hold or auto throttle. So you don't have to worry about any of that. All you basically want to do is learn to hover and keep the drone center at a certain height. Learn throttle control. Very, very important. So hopefully it's a nice shot for you guys. So here we go. You're gonna be all over the place a little bit. Just try to do small corrections. This is still in rate 1. So this is still rate 1. I'm kind of used to orientation, so it could be facing the other way, it doesn't matter. It drifts a little bit. You can trim it, actually. So what you can actually do is let go of the right stick and see which way it goes. So if it goes a little bit forward, you can go back. If it goes to the right, you can go left, so forth and so on, right? And then you want to also learn to turn and fly it in a different orientation. So now the controls are literally vice versa. So you want to still be able to center it, you know? So you just want to learn. This is going to take a few flights. The unfortunate part of this drone is, whoops, see, I'm almost forgetting which way I'm facing. Just getting used to facing multiple directions. Learning to also yaw a lot harder than it looks. Uh-oh. Go ahead and land. Before you wreck and hit anything, just go ahead and land. You can always take it and center it. Now, a lot of other drones have what's called calibration, where you put both sticks in this way, hold it. Look at that, it has it. So watch again. If I take these sticks, let's say your drone is drifting really badly. The first thing you should always do when you get out of the box and plug it up, which I did not do, I didn't realize this had it, is watch the controls. Ready? Pull in, hold for a few seconds, and it flashes. Once those light flashes, I tell you it's calibrated. What that happens is you want a flat level surface to calibrate the drone, and you always want to calibrate where the controller is, straight from you, so it helps with the orientation as well when you turn on headless mode. So now let's fly, see if it does better without drifting, right? Yeah, look at that. See how it's barely going forward? So what we can do is hit back a couple times. Now watch. Look at my hands. Look at that. Barely drifting forward. So we can hit back one more time. And then let's bring it back to the center. And we're going to let that right stick go. See that? Oh, yeah. We about one more notch. Just for good measure. So we're going to center it again. And we're going to let go of the stick. See that? Which way is it going? Huh? Let's let it, it's wanting to go to the left. Let's hit one to the right. I think we got it now. So we're going to center it back to the middle again. And then we're going to let go of the stick. Still wanting to go forward. There we go. That is no sticks, no right stick input. You can always do a little more, but that's pretty darn close. So see how much more stable the aircraft is? Now I'm actually obviously putting in inputs, but it's much more stable. So you want to learn to control the aircraft. Let's go ahead and turn on headless mode. So theoretically, I should be able to spin and pull away, and it should come back. Oh no, that was throttle. No matter which way I'm facing, it's trying to do headless mode. There we go. Oh, no, that didn't work very well. And another thing is these batteries do not last that long. We actually didn't even go into any kind of sport or high rate speed because there's a flat screen over here. There's stuff over there. That beeping, what it'll occasionally do, just listen, is an indication that your battery is dying. What'll happen is, once it gets to a certain voltage, it will auto land. And make sure when you see these lights, you bring it on in. You don't want to be high up there or over a street, over power lines, or over a tree, because it will land. It'll also have less power. You'll see the battery drain and the voltage kind of just sag on the battery as well. So this is more of a, this ended up being more of a tutorial flight. Honestly, I had a viewer tell me how he didn't want to hear me talk how I got it, where I got it and all that, and he wanted to learn to fly. And honestly, this is my best response right here. Obviously, we also want to do this outside. And once those start flashing, you honestly do not want to keep flying like I am. What can happen is, if you get this voltage down too much, it's what's called a voltage, you can actually damage the battery. So I'm just making sure it's not my orientation lights that's causing the flash. Hit the land button. Nope, it's not. So it's the battery actually getting low. And I want to show you that it will actually force land you here in a second. So you can see we really got it sorted when it comes to drifting and which way it goes. You always, you know, if you have a really nasty wreck, another thing is when you have a nasty wreck, you immediately want to kill a throttle. You don't want to be flying, wreck, land like so, and keep giving it throttle, because these will get tangled up in grass, whatever it may be, and you'll burn these little motors out. So that's very important as well. In this situation, we should have already landed. The minute these lights are flashing, get it close to us and land. The lower you get this voltage, the more chance you have of damaging it. So I think the next video was going to be an outdoor proper flight for you guys, kind of in like a drone series. I guess I could start this for beginners and entry. So this is really going to apply to any drone. Obviously, there's going to be a variance in the altitude holds one, which will actually maybe feature on the channel as well. But this is, like I said, the best one to learn on because of the throttle, learning the throttle, learning throttle control makes a big difference. So I really wanted to feature this for you guys. Thank you to that gentleman for kind of pointing that out to me. I wasn't so happy because I knew I needed an editor and trim videos down. I knew the work that needed to be done to the channel. But I appreciate him being honest with me. And honestly, hopefully he comes back, visits the channel, sees this video, and it helps him with his flying endeavors. It's going to be more of a beginning series, so this is going to be the first one. The next one we're going to do, if you guys are interested in, is obviously the outdoor flight, and then also making this particular drone better. This is not a cheap drone, okay? This is a $50 drone, so it's not cheap. Let's go ahead and turn off before we kill this battery anymore. This is not a cheap drone. It's $50. It's purchased at Walmart and other places. I mentioned that in the first video. We're going to, I'm going to show you guys how to simply mod this. Very easy mod. It's not going to destroy it. To make it to where you can literally plug in your own batteries. I feel like for this price, it should have been a little latch or a door here to remove, to be able to open it and take the battery. And honestly, those batteries are rarely available, very cheap. We're going to see what size is in here, see if the manufacturer lied on that, because they did put a size on there, and we're going to see if it's true or not, right? So that's very important. So I think that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I don't want it to be too long. So if you guys want to see, the other video should be coming up soon. By this point, by the time these videos get launched, hopefully I'll have them all edited and cleaned up and made a little nicer for you guys. But I think this was short and sweet, explaining all the buttons and controls. You know, it's very important to do those. And then, of course, these are line-of-sight aircraft. You never want to lose sight. And another mistakes that folks make is they get up too high in the air, and they don't realize that it's much calmer closer to the ground typically. And when you get up there, you get these really high gust winds, and it'll literally take your drone, and there's lots of flyways, and you'll never find your drone again, or getting stuck in a tree It really, really sucks. I've done that several times. I've had to use sticks and balls and whatever I could find to literally knock the aircraft down. I'm really impressed with the quality of this. This is very, very durable material. I think this could last a long time if you're just as careful as you can obviously be, but you also want to have fun and really learn the controls and learn as much as you can with this aircraft. That way you can move on to bigger and better aircrafts. So this video is for you, man. I should have done a better job tutorial showing you guys everything on it. So stay tuned, because the other videos will be coming up. We'll actually do a proper outdoor flight. We're going to be doing flips and rolls in that video. And then the next one after that is probably going to be a mod, or the mod video maybe beforehand. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for inspiring me to redo and do I think a better video and a better job on this, and it's short and sweet. So we'll stick with this. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you to all the subscriptions, everything. I do appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.